What is up, peeps? Coach Kev from the Porch again. Beautiful day sun-wise, a little chilly here in PA. Only about 60, 61 for a high. Got some good weather coming the weekend. Looking forward to summer and swimming and all that other fun shit. Quick little Delphi talk here for you. This will be quick today, I promise. Not like other times when I promise and I go on and on. I'm going to do a show tomorrow night, probably in the neighborhood of 7. I'll put a thumbnail up soon, so look for it, check it out. Make sure you check out Ruckus tonight. Ruckus 7:30. Kristen Behind the Crime Doors at 8, I believe. I believe it's Eastern time. I could be wrong. But check them out. If you don't catch one of them live, catch the other one. Some good stuff to talk about. Case-wise, what's going on? Well, a bunch of crazy things. So maybe you're crazy, maybe they're not, from the defense. We're hearing about confessions to just about everyone now. I can't really think of a case where this has happened. I went back and looked where someone just confessed to, multiple people prior to conviction. After conviction, some people, they don't. Ed Kemper won't shut the fuck up about it. Other people like Gary D'Angelo, the Golden State Killer, won't allocute, won't do any of that. So won't talk to anyone about it or give explanations. So it's very interesting. I think that if we start laying things out and we look, we've never seen the profile. I've never seen the profile. I don't know if we ever will or not. I'm starting to think we won't. But the more I think that whatever the BAU did come up with profile-wise on this person, and I'm basing that on what Doug Carter said in the 2-year press conference, okay? I believe through Jim Clemente's confirmation, and who I take his word as gospel, that was totally scripted, totally set up by the BAU. We haven't heard the BAU comment anything. So people that said the BAU said this was known to sacrifice is categorically untrue at this point, at this time. Major Click said that. The BAU hasn't been commented on anything. And if you believe the defense, they haven't even seen a report from the BAU. It's buried. But they only have some people working part-time, and they might be in there, but they haven't found it yet. Well, that's not a hardship. The discovery thing, I'm not sure exactly how those rules work. I was under the impression there was a 10-day thing to show, to produce discovery before trial, but I'm not in the legalese, so it got some wind blowing here now. So if I'm wrong, I apologize. There's attorneys and that on YouTube. Listen to them before you listen to me about that. Major Click, there's some questions about him now, which is odd that the prosecution's bringing it up, right? A lot of people that support the defense think every cop's lying, except Major Click, and the prosecution seems to be saying every cop's telling the truth except Major Click. Or they're hinting at that. I don't know a whole lot about the guy. I find him very interesting, though, for a couple of different reasons, and none of them are because I think he was a bad cop. I don't know anything about him or his career. The words that he uses, all of that's very interesting to me. They don't have time to find this or that when stuff got sent back to him. So whether that's viable arguments or not, I'm not sure. But does it matter with the guilt of Richard Allen? Does it matter to the nuts and bolts of this case? If the defense takes a delay or they want a delay, I don't think anyone should have any hard feelings about that. It is what it is. And who do you blame it on? Is it the state's fault? Whoever's fault? You want to see this thing work, and you want to see the justice system work. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close to perfect, right? That they make mistakes, but most of the time it's gotten right. There's statistics that show, the percentage of people that go to trial on things, and the percentage is very high that they're going to be convicted, especially of felonies, as you start raising up and things like that. That's different from state to state too, but that's just one of those things to think about. A lot of people have started circulating fake documents. We've seen a lot of fake documents. A couple of them I'm not going to talk about because there's impending litigation with a friend of mine with them. But the other things, like we saw that the document was produced for Elvis Field's sister. Was that real or not? I don't know. Initially, when I looked at it, the way it was folded, to me was like, this isn't real. Who's going to fold that like that? I know it didn't come like that. But I could be off. I could be wrong about it. But it's very easy. Fig had a video. Very easy to fake things. So at the end of the day, we need to see concrete evidence, what's brought out at trial. As we narrow it down to the people that are doing, there's still people that blame the families. There's someone that commented on my page that was very upset that we were going to raise money to have food for the families and police officers at the hearing, because it's going to be, very manpower intensive and stuff like that. And they found it okay, that it's okay to raise money for a accused child murderer, not convicted yet, accused child murderer. But when you want to support the families and law enforcement with food and snacks during breaks, you're a mean person. Well, if that makes me a mean person, then I guess I'm a mean motherfucker. I think that all the families would be entitled to that. Anybody going through this saga, but to each their own. But Martin Luther King once said that hate can't drive out hate, only love can do that, and that's the approach I've been taking. The family blamers, the few that are left, they'll consume each other like a virus, like a parasite, and there'll be one final boss standing at the end, and then that'll be the person to contend with on everything. But just a couple things to think about here. Interesting things, the multiple confessions. Again, you need to see them all. I'd like to hear them if possible, but if not, what were they? Obviously, again, that interview on October 26th is vital. Richard Allen screws himself somewhere in that interview. They want it thrown out. They're not saying what's in it, but hopefully, in roughly 3 weeks when trial begins, we'll get an answer. We'll be able to find something out, and we'll get an answer, hopefully. Some people think that there's going to be a plea bargain. I'm not skilled in the law like that to be able to tell that, but a few people that I trust believe that. So I don't know. Will it be a delay? Who knows? You want this to be done right. You want this to be done properly. So if there's a conviction, there's not going to be no appeal or overturn because you did X, Y, and Z. And let's find out, all these allegations the defense are making, are they true? Or did the defense take something and just, well, that's how my interpretation of it was, is he lied. Well, he didn't really lie, but we thought he did. But we're not really lying, so no one's really lying, so no one ever really gets in trouble. But I want to hear what you have to say about it tomorrow. Look for a thumbnail post. I'll be planning at 7 p.m. right now. I'll put something up and I'll share it soon. And we could talk and discuss this and any new developments that come up. Again, I'm not X's and O's in the court, but the things that add up, the things that stick out to me from the psychological aspect, which is one of the areas that I'm really into. It's interesting, man. It's all very interesting. Now that there's some kind of beef, as I said before, there's some kind of beef between Major Click and the rest of the police, and we're seeing it. I was right about it. I didn't think it was anything to do with mental or whatever the hell else. I thought it was just like a kind of a pissing contest, a territorial thing, but I'm very interested to hear his testimony and see what he has to say and see what defense they used. And are they able to use the onus defense? I asked you to go back and watch the Prosecutors a couple of days ago. I shared it on YouTube about how you have to have so much evidence to have a third-party candidate, which I never knew, which is highly interesting to me. So check that out. We'll see what happens. But I hope to see you all tomorrow night. Like I said, check out Ruckus tonight and Kristen. And I'm going to leave you to it. Have a good, happy Wednesday. Hopefully your weekend coming up looks good. The weather here looks beautiful. Might get some rain, but it's not supposed to pour buckets or the wind blow 80 miles an hour. So for Pennsylvania in the spring, we'll gladly take it. So I'm going to leave you guys to it. All right, thanks for listening. Check me out tomorrow. Coach Kev, out.